Another road trip ahead this weekend for Jacksonville State Soccer. They'll play the third and fourth games of a 5-game road trip. Then this weekend they head out to Louisiana as they'll go to take on Louisiana Monroe on Friday and then wrap up the trip Sunday afternoon at Louisiana Tech. Last weekend down in Mobile, South Alabama, you played Troy. Another 0-0 draw in that one against the Trojans. Then South Alabama got the measure of you 3-1 on Sunday. Coach Macdonald, as you look back at last week, were you happy? Did you like the performance you got from your ladies?
I wasn't happy on Friday. I felt like we could have played a lot better than we did. Didn't really execute the game plan, so that was disappointing. Sunday we actually played very well against a very good team. I mean, they finished last year in the top 30, and so we gave them an incredible game. The 2 penalty kick calls against us that kind of cost us the game, but really limited their opportunities and created some very good ones ourselves. I think had we taken the chances we created, we could have possibly been in the game.
Well, if you'd have played Friday, it was like you played Sunday, might have been a different story in that one too, correct?
Yeah, just a different mentality, different approach. We were a little bit disappointed in the way we trained towards the end of last week. We felt that the intensity wasn't there, and it kind of showed on Friday's performance. So we had a long chat about that afterwards, and then we corrected it on Sunday, and we were much better. We're kind of back to our usual selves on Sunday.
All right, you look ahead to this week. You got Louisiana Monroe, as I mentioned, and then Louisiana Tech. Then the next week, you start out on the road in OVC play, but it's important, I guess, this weekend to play well, to build some momentum and set the tone as you get ready for the conference slate then.
Yeah, and obviously we've talked about how young we are, and so I think that the training has to be quality. So that's what our focus is. After last weekend, the focus has been on, can we put in some really good, hard, competitive training sessions. And so we've managed that twice this week. We trained today and we trained on Monday, and we had 2 very good, competitive, quality training sessions. So hopefully we'll get one more in down there, on Thursday, and hopefully we'll be ready to play, Friday again and come out with that same intensity.
Being young, those first games on the road trip, does the youth have something to do with that, not coming out and playing to your capabilities, at least to begin with?
I'm sure it does. I think that I always think if you're a young player and you're good enough, you can get out there and get it done anyway. And I think that I think our kids are good enough, and I think that we were just disappointed, perhaps in our application throughout the course of the week. I think maybe school starting and having more on their plate perhaps had an issue, or was an issue for them. But as I say, we've got to address that and get that fixed, and hopefully we'll see that in our performances this week.
The 2 contests this week, how do you match it with each opponent?
I think very well. We played Tech last year. We lost 1-0 to them in a game that we dominated. And I think that we'll match up well with them. They're a big, strong, physical team. So they'll have obviously at home, that'll be a tough game on the Sunday. Sundays usually are a bit of a slog anyway. Friday night, I think we'll match up really well with Monroe. Hopefully, the goal is that we can control the tempo of the game, right from the first whistle and take it to them.
And the good news is you don't have to deal with any wet conditions, at least it looks like right now. Won't be any rain.
So far, so good. It seems to change. It seems to change in the south here every hour, so I don't know. We'll hopefully be okay.
And then you start OVC play next weekend, and finally you'll play the first one on the road Friday night against Martin, I guess, and then you get Tech here on Sunday the 17th. So I know you're looking forward to getting back here to play it on your home turf.
Yeah, definitely. It makes such a big difference to be at home, and you can see behind us we have an amazing facility, and it's a great field to play soccer on because you can pass the ball well. So that's a big advantage for us because that's the way we try to play.
Thank you, sir. Good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it.
Jacksonville State Soccer on the road on Friday at Louisiana Monroe, Sunday then at Louisiana Tech. Back here Sunday, September the 17th at home at OVC play against Tennessee Tech. 1 o'clock kickoff time here on the pitch for Jacksonville State Soccer.